We are in a trust recession and so much darkness being illuminated. People that were supposed to have our best interest at heart, we can no longer trust. Celebrities, politicians, media, school systems, the backbones of America, backbones of the world. The truth is being unveiled. And that is where the trust your gut method is so important and so valuable for you to pay attention to it and to embody. Because we live in this world of people who are pretending and performing and fake, it is more important now than ever for you to learn how to trust your gut. Because in a world of all this uncertainty, all you have is yourself at the end of the day. And if you can connect and tap in to your own inner guidance, your own wisdom, your own divinity within you, you have all the answers inside of you and you can reclaim your power and your sovereignty. I didn't know if I wanted to talk about this topic online in a public setting because you hear about so many people who share their own truth and have been reprimanded and punished for it. I remember a year and a half ago, I went to an opening premiere for a biohacking movie. Many thought leaders in the wellness space were up on stage in a panel, and one woman had shared how terrified she was to speak out and speak up about what she believed was important for people in their healing process and the truth about wellness and health because she was afraid of being killed. Unfortunately, the state of the world isn't as safe as it once was. People are being banned and their voices are being diminished. Their truth is being silenced. All because it exposes these powerful people and all the wrongdoings that they've participated in. Now more than ever, we need to talk about it. And as you've probably seen, different truths being revealed online through TikTok and Instagram, Facebook, social media platforms, all the revealings of files that we all know about, and how sick and sad it is that there are so many people who have chosen the path of darkness and evil. This time is really significant in history because people are awakening to the corruption that's been going on for decades, centuries, perhaps. And it's starting to make sense as to why things have been the way that they've been. I personally believe that the year of the snake, which was 2025, has been about shedding and releasing the things that are not serving anymore. And that doesn't just happen on an individual level, it happens on a global level as well. It's been happening. And as we reach the final few weeks of this year of the snake, the veil is being thinned. The world is shifting into a higher frequency, a new timeline. And that means the old can't come with us. It needs to be let go. But in order for it to be let go, it needs to come to the surface. It needs to be brought up to then be wiped away and released. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with the world. I don't know what's going to happen with all of these people that have been committing all these crimes and doing terrible things. But I do know that the world is awakening to the truth. And what I mean by we are in a trust recession, I mean that we don't know who to trust anymore. Because the people that we once thought we could rely on for protection, for safety, for leadership, we can't anymore. I don't mean to give power and energy and time and fear to these negative entities, lack of better words. I say this to wake you up to what's happening and to see it from maybe a different perspective. Now, this trust recession isn't just with people who are doing really bad things. It also is happening with people who aren't fully connected to themselves, where they think that they're doing good, but they're not. And I'm talking about people who show up online on social media wanting to help people with whatever they're selling, but actually they're just feeding their own ego and satisfaction. And they're doing it from a place of woundedness and disconnection from their true self. In a nutshell, they are performing. They're doing what they think the public wants. They're doing what they think looks good. They're doing what will get them the fame, the power, the status, the money, the attention. And with the rise of AI, how do we even know when a creator shows up online if they're real or if they're AI? If you have an astute eye, you will be able to tell based off of the look of the video or picture and say, oh, that doesn't look like a real person, or that looks like AI. But AI is advancing, it's evolving. And in order to be able to really tell if something's AI or not, you have to listen within. And that is where the trust your gut method is so important and so valuable for you to pay attention to it and to embody. Because we live in this world of people who are pretending and performing and fake, it is more important now than ever for you to learn how to trust your gut. Because in a world of all this uncertainty, all you have is yourself at the end of the day. And if you can connect and tap in to your own inner guidance, your own wisdom, your own divinity within you, you have all the answers inside of you and you can reclaim your power and your sovereignty. I'm bringing this to light and I'm talking about this in the Trust Your Gut Challenge because it matters. And I want you to know that I am here to empower you. I don't want to impose fear on you. I want to give you hope. Hope that it's possible for you to live an amazing, miraculous, beautiful life. And one that's yours, nobody else's. And with all that's happening out in the world of this destruction and distortion, know that you have the power within you and it's your choice whether you give it to them or not. And the way that you can give it to yourself is through learning to trust your gut. The stronger that you are connected to who you are and how to trust yourself, the more bulletproof you become in a society where everything else is falling apart. You stand strong. And that starts with doing the inner work. It starts with you clearing out all of your own distortions and delusions of what's true for you. That's through doing the release work. You gotta do the subconscious reprogramming. You gotta release the negative emotions. You have to shift your view of the world. Because what you focus on is what manifests. You can focus on all the negativity that's happening out in the world and go into that mode of fear and scarcity and lack and uncertainty and I don't know what's going to happen next and oh my God, the world is falling to pieces and what's happening and look at all the bad things that people are doing and I just don't know what to do because I feel so out of control. Sound familiar? That's what they want. They feed off of your fear and your attention. So what if I told you that you could live in a world where there's so much peace, there's so much joy, there's so much abundance, there's so much love, and it's because it comes from you. And you choose to live in the world that way. It is 100% possible for you. What we choose to focus on is where our energy will flow, and then that will become bigger. I remember watching a video. It gave a really good example of this concept and said, I want you to look around and find everything that's brown. Okay, I see a tree. I see another tree. I see dirt. I see leaves that are brown. Okay, I found all the brown things. All right, now what did you find that was red? Oh, I wasn't looking for the red things. I was looking for the brown. Imagine that the brown was the negativity. You only focused on the brown because that's all you were looking for. Now, when I tell you to focus on the red, that's the positivity, that's the love. You didn't see any of that. when you were focused on the brown, because you weren't looking for it. That is a metaphor for how you approach life, and what you are looking for, you will find. So if you're looking for all the corruption, the negativity, and the way that the world sucks, and everybody is out to get me, and I'm so powerless, okay, then that's the world you're going to live in. But if you choose to live in the world that's full of light and love and magic and beauty and joy, that's also the world that you will live in. And I speak from experience when I say this. My life has absolutely blossomed, and I see beauty in everything because I choose to look for it. I choose to spend every day finding the good in everything, finding the good in people, finding the good in situations, that silver lining, as some may say. Because I refuse to live in a world that's the opposite. Because I know how much better my life is when I choose to focus on the joy and the positivity and the light. Now, if I can do it, you can too. And if you have a hard time finding that joy and seeing the good in life, you might have some work to do. There might be something fogging your lens that you need to clean up. And that's through the release work, the MER, mental emotional release, the rewiring that subconscious program. Because you see, we were taught how to view the world from a very young age. We were taught how to experience life from the people around us, from our parents, from authority figures, friends, colleagues, situations. We didn't know any other way. When you're a baby and you come out into this world, you're so pure and life is so new. And then somewhere along the way, somebody pointed something out to you, or they said something mean, they said something negative about you, and you started to believe them because you didn't know otherwise. And then you carried that with you the rest of your life. And now that belief has been stuck and stored deep in your programming and affected how you show up. Now imagine if you can let go of those beliefs. Imagine if you can release those blocks, those barriers to seeing life from that little kid again. The joy, the magic, the creativity just flows with abundance and ease. And when life starts to become more magical, it becomes more worthwhile to be living. And you start to want to take care of yourself better. You start to want to show up differently. You want to start being nicer to people. You want to start showing love and grace. You want to do something with your life. You want to go after your dreams. You want to do something to make a positive difference. And it's not from a place of ego or having power or fame. It's from this inner wisdom, this inner knowing, this inner guidance that's propelling you forward and saying, you're meant to be here. And you are good. You are of light. And when you're of light, you illuminate the darkness. You shy it away, you deter it, you become resilient, and you feel alive again. So in the world of darkness, be the light. Shine so brightly that nothing can touch you. No negativity can affect you. And protect your light. Don't give in to the fear. Don't give in to the anxiety and all the negativity that's happening. Just sit back and say, I know God's taking care of it. All I have to do is just be who I'm meant to be. And that's the best thing that I can do in a world full of chaos, is stand my ground and know who I am and show up from that place and trust my gut. And let that lead me throughout every decision, throughout every path, every step I take. That's the best thing you can do right now and forever. And I'm not saying don't ask for advice or have mentors and a supportive community. That's really important too. But listen first. with yourself and find people who are walking a similar path to you, that are also of the light and want to illuminate the truth. So that is day 11 of the Trust Your Gut Challenge. And I thank you for watching. I thank you for being here. And if something called you to get to the end of this video, I invite you to listen to that. So comment below what your takeaways were and how you're trusting your gut and what you're choosing to actively release and not participate in. And subscribe to my channel so you'll get access to the rest of this challenge and continuing to be reminded and inspired that you are the light and that you can shine in the darkness. So thank you, and I will see you tomorrow for day 12.